Good afternoon, everyone. Jim Keithley here at Twin Lakes. Purpose of this video, a couple things. The ongoing efforts of maintenance that we're doing to the golf course. Mike and his staff started a couple weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, on this restoration and renovation of our fairways, converting over into a bent grass, and now the process of core aerifying our greens and top dressing our greens. And there's been a lot of frustration and a lot of communication, a little bit on the negative side on why we're doing what we're doing. So the purpose of this video is just to kind of keep everyone abreast on the happenings and why and exactly what we're doing. So it was no secret that we didn't have very healthy fairways this spring and into the early summer. A couple reasons. We hadn't done a really good job of aerifying our fairways, and Mike and his staff went in and really deep tined these fairways to give some air and some circulation, and taking some compaction out of the fairways. Once we did that, we needed a more tolerant grass, something that was much more suitable to live through the stresses of a Indiana summer. We're getting a lot more rain, it seems, heavy rains, and along with that, you compound that with heat, high humidity levels, and we end up with fairways that we had early in the spring, a lot of dead areas. So the bent grass is a much more tolerant grass. Now it's going to be a 3-year, maybe a 4-year process before that bent grass really takes over. But having said that, we already have a healthier fairway base just because of the fact of that aerification process. And that's going to help just immediately going into the future. And now secondly, a lot of communication over the fact that we are now aerifying our greens, and it's a little bit different process than what our membership is used to. We're actually taking cores out of our greens, something that you haven't seen in the past, but it's a very basic maintenance procedure that every golf course in the United States or across the world goes through. Most courses do it twice a year. We're certainly going to do it this fall and to see what it does. But the frustration is, hey, our greens were beautiful. Why are we doing this? Why are we putting holes in these greens? So I really need to let you know exactly why we're doing it. One of the main reasons is compaction. Our greens have taken a lot of compaction over the years. If you don't bring out the soil, it doesn't allow for the roots to breathe. It doesn't allow air to get to those roots. It doesn't allow water to get down with drainage. So that's the main reason. Relieve compaction. If we do 17,000 rounds in a year, all 17,000 rounds are walking on those greens. You couple that with the fact that we put a 1,000, 2,000 pound machine that cuts these greens every morning on top of it as it rolls. It's really compacting that soil. So it's relieving compaction. It also eliminates thatch. Thatch is just a layer of soil that's unhealthy. It doesn't allow any air or water to pass through. And so it takes that thatch layer out and we eliminate it. Improved drainage, certainly. You'll notice when we get a real quick rain that water sits on top. This will help with that. It helps the water move because now there's room for it to go. And the thing to remember is that it's a very short-lived disruption. This process that we're going through our greens right now, the aerification and top dressing, it's going to be finished here in a day or two, and these greens will heal. You'll notice the healing by the weekend, I would guess. Okay, so it's very short-term disruption for just a long-term gain. We're not thinking a year from now. We have to think 3, 4, 5 years from now. Where will the golf course be 3, 4, 5 years down the road? And this is going to help. So once again, we want to make sure that we're educating everyone exactly what's happening. If you have questions, if you have frustrations, please don't hesitate. Call the golf shop and speak with me. Email me. Chances are I'm not going to be able to answer those questions as well as Mike would, but I'll make sure that I go to Mike so we can answer any of those questions. So we appreciate the patience, we really do. We understand the frustration, but we're just trying to make Twin Lakes a better place for all of us. So hope this helps. We'll see you out here soon with beautiful fairways and beautiful greens. This is a Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully by Wednesday, we'll have everything back open for you and ready to go. Appreciate your time. Thank you.